Hey everyone, my name's Andrew Holland, and this is my final video for W200. So, a little bit about me is I'm currently a sophomore. I'm a secondary social studies ed major, and my goal is to one day be an AP government teacher. Obviously, I'll take whatever job I can get at the high school level, but um, hopefully, I can work my way up to work with the seniors one day and teach AP Gov. So, a little bit about my beliefs regarding technology in the classroom. The use of technology will be imperative in my classroom. Technology can make learning more efficient and effective. It can also give a voice to students who may not be heard in a traditional classroom setting. Giving a voice to students who may not be heard in a traditional classroom setting is one of the key reasons I plan to use innovative technology in my classroom. I want each student to be engaged and interact with the content I teach, and technology will play a key role in that. So, like I said, technology is going to play a super primary role in my classroom. And the biggest thing that I want to get out of using technology in my classroom is elevating students who might not feel comfortable sharing in a traditional classroom setting. And there are definitely different resources that can help with that, like Nearpod, which I'll talk about a little bit in a second. But yeah, that's definitely why I really want to use technology in my classroom. So now I'm going to talk about or a couple of the artifacts that I've made throughout the year, my 3 or 4 best works. Um, the first one is my problem-based lesson plan. I think that this was probably the best work that I created um, this entire semester. I really enjoyed problem-based learning and getting exposed to that. I'd never heard about that before W200, and so um, I think that is a really great way to engage students. It's a super conducive type of teaching strategy for technology. For example, in my problem-based lesson plan, I asked the driving question of how would you design a new election system in America? And one of the ways that students can get to answer that question is through playing a game called Win the White House, developed by a website called iCivics. And basically, it's a simulation of a presidential campaign. And so students get exposed to that, they get to interact with that online, and it's super helpful to incorporate that type of stuff into problem-based learning. My second work is Nearpod. My Nearpod lesson I created was for my computational thinking artifact. Um, the thing that I really like about Nearpod is that it elevates the students that might not speak out usually. For example, like you can do a chalkboard thing, or you can do a question and answer, or you can do a poll or whatnot, but basically allows each student to have their voice heard. And I know that, like, for me in high school, I was never someone that talked up a lot, and having something like this would have really increased my classroom engagement. My next work is S'more. Obviously, it's a great newsletter tool. We did this at the beginning of the year. Um, it's a great way to communicate with parents and just show them what's going on in the classroom. It shows that you really care and that you want to have good relationships with both the parents and the students. You can throw in some pictures on the newsletter and show the parents what their kids are doing in your class, and it's just a great way to stay in touch and maintain that relationship with the parents. My last work is my concept map that I made for my production badge. Concept maps are super easy to make. They're really helpful visuals for students that might learn better that way. It's a great way to use technology. It's super easy to incorporate into any lesson, and it'll definitely be something that I use in my future classroom. Yeah, I'll use all of these works for sure in my future classroom, and obviously in W200 we are exposed to so many different tools and resources, and I hope that I can use a lot of different things that I was exposed to in this class in the future. So finally, just to reflect a little bit on W200, I think it was a great class. I'm really happy that I took it. I was exposed to a lot of different resources and technology tools, like I said, that I'll be able to use in my future classroom. It also really increased my just ability to use technology, and allowed me to feel comfortable going and finding new technological resources that I know that I can use in the future, and in my classroom. So yeah, it just really increased my I guess confidence in using technology. That would be the best way to describe it. I do think that it would be good to split the class up in the future between secondary and elementary ed majors, just so that each group can have a more concentrated learning experience. But overall, I definitely would recommend the class. I think that it's really necessary for every ed major to take a class like this, and I'm super happy that I did. So thanks for watching my final video. See you later. Bye.